just first of all, really proud of our first half. Thought our kids came out and shot the ball with a different confidence. Also want to commend Idaho, Coach Newley and his staff. They actually lost a starter last night here practicing, and so they were without one of their better players. And I just thought the second half, those kids really settled in and played extremely hard and played completely different than they did the first half. Again, I think we had a lot to do with the first half and why they didn't play well, but we just didn't have the same intensity, which is very common when you're up 30 at half with a team like we have that's very young and immature and inexperienced. You're going to have these things happen. And so, we did not respond the second half, and I knew it was coming. I mean, I've just been doing this long enough. The shell shock's over. The other team comes out. They relax. They got nothing to lose and everything to win. And so they played their rear off, and we didn't quite have the same focus and intensity. And again, we're playing 4 freshmen off the bench. I mean, Shea Ollie has 10 rebounds tonight as a freshman, which was pretty good. And I think she had a couple of blocks. So, I'm excited that we only turned the ball over 6 times, but you shouldn't turn the ball over against that team. I mean, that was a soft 2-3 zone. They're all worried about Charlie. And so you got to make shots. And I was proud of us for making shots the first half. I didn't run the same stuff that I ran the first half and the second half, and that might have had something to do with our poor offense in the second half or our inability to make shots, really. Hey, you're never going to be upset with a 25-point win, and we're 4-1, and so we'll move on and get ready for a monster Tennessee team. I mean, they're big, strong, physical. They rebound it like a monster. I've had to deal with them, as y'all know, the last 8 years, and I know what's coming down the pipe. I'm not sure our kids do, but we'll make sure they know by the time we get to Sunday. So, Charlie Collier gets her 500th rebound today. That's a bunch of rebounds, y'all, for a kid that's played basically a year and change, and so I thought Charisma played well today, shot it well, especially the first half. She really makes, I think she allows us offensively to be pretty good. And good to have Kyra in the lineup, and she just got to shoot it better. She was 3 for 5 from 3, but 3 for 10 from the floor. So, but she didn't have any turnovers and had 5 assists, which is what you want out of your point guard. That's a pretty good stat line. So excited about our opportunity on Sunday. I'm always excited to see the next game and see how much we improve. And so we'll take tomorrow off and then get ready to go Friday, Saturday, and get ready for another ESPN game on Sunday.
All right, Danny, go ahead.
Vic, after the loss on Sunday, you were not pleased with the lack of steals in the first half and also the way that you guys shot from 3. I'm kind of wondering how you thought your team addressed those in the first half.
First half was good, Danny. Second half, we had 1 steal. So we flipped it today. We had 6 at half, 1 in the second half. And we got everybody on my team in foul trouble. When we fouled them, whacked them 22 times. I mean, we've got to be smarter. I know I'm playing, we played 28, 23 and a half, 28, 28, 23 and a half, 23, 25, almost 26. That ain't that many minutes, y'all. I've had teams with 5 starters over 30 minutes a game, but we're playing, full court pressure man, and it's not an issue. So I think it's more of a lack of focus, and again, that's part of it. So, but, we held them. They're the leading rebounding team in the country. They only had 4 offensive rebounds at halftime, shooting 14%. I mean, you're going to have some offensive rebounds probably get away from you if you hold the team to 14% shooting, and they only got 4. So that was great. Second half, you give them 10. And I know I'm playing some younger kids, some different kids, but it still doesn't matter. You still got to do your job. So we've got plenty to teach from on the film. And we'll continue to work with them. And this isn't anything that I didn't think would happen, and it could be an ongoing issue all year long just because of the group that we have. But they encourage me by playing like they played the first half. You get encouraged and you get excited of what potentially could be this team for the year.
Go ahead, Kirk.
Vic, I don't know if you're boiling on the sideline, but your emotions seem pretty hard or easy to read. And I don't know if your assistants have to talk you down before you address your team, but a lot of this is kind of complacency and killer instinct like you have, instilling that.
Yeah, I just, you're reading me with a mask on. Just think what I look like without that mask. And that's just kind of who I am, Kirk. I mean, it's really a miserable way to live, y'all. I just have to be honest, because, the wanting excellence and wanting those kids to demand that of themselves for 40 minutes and knowing full well you're not going to get it from them. But it's just who we are. It's who I am. We do not apologize for being demanding here at Texas. It's just, it comes with wearing the burnt orange and white and playing basketball in the women's basketball team. So yeah, I coach that second unit as hard as I coach that first unit, and I explained to them yesterday in film, and I don't mean any disrespect here, y'all, and I have never coached that sport one day in my life, but it would drive me crazy if I was a volleyball coach, because every time they make a mistake, what's everybody do? Oh, it's okay. Good job. Good job. I mean, I could not do it. And so when we make mistakes, I coach correction immediately. I don't sit there on my hands and just go, well, I'll get them in film. I mean, I correct them on the fly. I'm correcting Charlie. She run up down the floor probably going, what is that guy hollering about me now? But that's just who I am, because I want them to know I want them to have immediate feedback. I think kids got to have that in order to really understand and maybe fix it on the fly. We have a shooting machine here in our gym called Noah, and it tells you immediately what your arc is on your shot. And your arc is supposed to be 43 to 47. So every time you shoot it, there's a voice, 50, 38, 36. Well, that's immediate feedback to get them to correct it immediately. And that's what I do as a coach. So you're right, Kirk. It's, I got a mask on and you're reading me. You're going to be able to read me real good, hopefully, in the future when we get out of this mess. But that's just kind of who we are. I mean, we really want to coach our kids and get them corrected immediately.
Bob, you're up.
Vic, feel free to do that with us too, if you have any corrections for us. Philosophy-wise, when you're coaching, how much do you really emphasize to them defense turning into offense? And with Charisma, I mean, 4 steals today, probably no coincidence. She had 15 points as well. How much does that really translate with people when they make a good play on defense? They feel a little more confident offensively.
And Bob, I made this point at halftime. Charisma's probably the least quickest, least athletic kid of our guards. Yet she's got 4 steals. She's in passing lanes. She's where she's supposed to be. And so I do think, I would like, we ought to be better in transition, Bob. I'm telling you, we ought to have more opportunities to get some easy buckets, but we don't right now. And that's there's just not enough time in the day, y'all. Like I've told y'all before, I feel like a plumber. I get one leak fixed, I got another leak over here. I get that one fixed, I got one up here. There's just not enough time in the day for me to get things like I think we can get them. And again, we got them so late, and that's why I'm so encouraged. We do some things pretty good at times. I just feel like if we can just keep going and going and going, a month from now, 2 months from now, we're going to be better. But how much? I don't know. There's not enough time in the day. So I agree with you. You know, you can, if you get it going on defense, your offense will, you know, it relax you a little bit, and your offense comes to you, and you get some easy stuff in transition, which we need to get, you know, because we can struggle sometimes in the half court.
And just a real quick follow up on that, just because of that answer, how much does it concern you? How much does it weigh on you that you don't know what you'll be a month from now or 2 months from now, or if you'll be where you want to be?
Well, I think we'll be better. I do. And I think where we are right now in comparison to the amount of time that we've been able to work with our team is really quite miraculous, to be honest with you. So I'm encouraged. That's what encourages me. I told them in film yesterday, I went through the whole timeline of when's the first time we actually had 5 people, 5-on-5, and how long we've been together and practiced together, and yet we can't eat together and we can't socialize together to build some type of bond and chemistry. And you know, I can't have that my staff and I can't have that time where if we're in the office and kids come sign my door, we can have that 2, 3, 5 minute one-on-one time with them to just sit down and be not a basketball player, be a normal student, me be a coach, and just talk. But so I'm encouraged, and I do feel like, you know, we'll be better. Now, again, how much better? I think we're hindered somewhat because of the circumstance. That makes sense. But, you know, we're going to do everything we can. We're going to work around it the best we can to deal with it. Yeah.
Go ahead, Danny.
Vic, you obviously weren't here last year, so I guess you didn't get to see Charisma do her thing with the scout team and all that. I'm kind of wondering, what has she shown you since you got here that gave you the confidence to make her a starter? And, you know, what has she done to earn that role?
Well, she's probably our best shooter right now from 3. And so that's one of the reasons why she's in the lineup today. The other reason is we had somebody show up late to shoot around. Again, that's not for public consumption, but it's just part of what I'm doing right now with this young, immature group. You know, it happens. And I wasn't mad about it. I get it. But that's, y'all, this is what you do as a coach. You teach at that moment, okay, you can be unhappy about that kid, which she's a great kid. She overslept, her phone died, and so her alarm don't go off. But here's the thing. I'm after the other kids in the dorm going, hey, did y'all not knock on doors when y'all were leaving to make sure everybody's up? Teaching them that, Danny. You know what I mean? Be accountable for your teammate. Did you not realize when you're out here and there was 15 minutes to go before coach walks in and we're going to start? Hey, where's so-and-so? Let's go call her and make sure she's up. Now, she wouldn't have answered because her phone was dead. But still, just, okay, let me run over there and get her. So that's what you do with a young, inexperienced, immature team. You not only teach the other kid, okay, you better have a backup, get a teammate to knock on your door when they're headed out the door, but then you're teaching the team, hey, that's your teammate, man. You got to take care of each other. So that was the other part of Charisma. I was probably going to start her in a different position, but today I did start her, you know, in a different spot. So, you know, again, she shoots it well, and we got to have some people that can knock down shots, Danny.
Got time for one more. Go ahead, Sue.
Hey, hi, Coach. So how are you preparing for the big matchup with Tennessee? I know every day is kind of like, it's like a dog year season. Every day is kind of like 1 or 2 or 3 days. How is Sunday looking like? How are you preparing to go into that?
So we'll take tomorrow off. We have to take a day off every week. So tomorrow's our day off. We'll come back Friday, Saturday with the game plan and get ready for them. And you know, it's a 4:00 in the afternoon game, so there's a little bit of sitting around, but at least you don't have to get up super early for your shoot around like you would for a 2 o'clock or a 1 o'clock game. So Sunday's game this past Sunday was a nightmare. I mean, that playing at 7:30 on a Sunday night, man, you're just sitting around all day chomping at the bit. I only had 3 films to look at. You know, usually when I play that team, I've got 23 films. So I could be cramming like I do in college and and be watching film and right up till tip. But I mean, I'd seen the same film 3 times. I was like, what now? What? Let me go spend another 45 minutes on the elliptical. I mean, you can only do that so much, you know, and so with the game at 4, I mean, at least they can sleep in a little bit, and then we'll have a good shoot around and be ready to play. They're really talented. I mean, they're always going to have great players. They're going to have McDonald's All-Americans over there. Their wings are big, 6'1", 6'2" wings. They got a big kid inside, Kishkitawa, that's built just like that kid from A&M. You know, she's going to have a knee in her rear and an elbow in her ear. You know, talking about Charlie on Sunday. So, you know, we'll have to make shots again. I mean, we're going to see this until we prove we can make shots. That's why I was so encouraged the first half. Shot 38% from 3. I thought our shots were in rhythm. I thought they were on ball reversal. We may have only taken 2 or 3 quick shots from out there. And then when we had an opportunity to get it inside one-on-one, we took advantage of that. So, again, and just giving God the glory to be 4-1 and excited about the next opportunity.
Thanks, Coach.
All right, man. Appreciate y'all. Thank y'all so much. Praise the
Thank
Lord and
you.
hook 'em.